Hello and welcome to the Stephen Mendes channel, a channel that specializes in education on a wide range of topics. Today we're talking computers, and we are going to tell you about the new computer that we bought 2 weeks ago. Let's share some information that will help you to decide when it comes time to buy a new computer. First of all, it will fail. Your computer will fail when you least expect it to do so, and it will not be at a pleasant time. In many cases, your chances for an instant repair may be minimal, particularly if you're not living in a major city. And you better have a backup plan. Therefore, the first mechanism to ensure that you don't come to instant distress is to have more than one computer. The next thing you need to realize is that in spite of all the different brands that they have, it's very hard to guarantee that you're going to buy a computer that's going to last longer than the rest. My personal experience is that Acer outlasts them all. I do not find the Acer to be particularly up on the specs in terms of being very fast, but basically in terms of longevity of the hardware components, nothing can touch Acer as far as I am concerned. I have had 3 of them, and 2 of them are still going strong in excess of 10 years. 10 years. And the other one that failed did not fail hardware wise. There was a problem with the software obsolescence, and I just decided, because of its limited specs, to give it away rather than try and upgrade the Windows to a newer version. My favorite is running Windows 7 and all the musical programs that I use, and I have not upgraded the software. Basically, it is a frozen system in time. Now, this brings us to another discussion. Even if your hardware lasts that kind of lifetime, you are going to have a problem, because all software is being constantly upgraded. Not only your user software and applications, but also the operating system. And the whole idea is that if you go with these upgrades, there is going to come a time when you will not have any choice, but you will need to get rid of your current hardware, even if it's functioning fine. So the only way basically that you can have a long lifespan computer is to make up your mind that after about 3 or 4 years, you are going to freeze it in time, disconnect it from the internet, and go on using those programs that you've been using all along and have learnt all the ins and outs of indefinitely as is. And that's the truth. Now, the lifespan of the Apple products, in spite of their well-designed construction and more reliable hardware, is not going to benefit you anymore, because the service life of an Apple product is approximately 4.3 years. and the service life of all computers in general, depending on who you read, is from 3 to 5 years. Therefore, a computer is not a lifetime investment. This synthesizer that you see in my backdrop is a lifetime investment. There is nothing in this that needs upgrading, and it is made with quality equipment. The op-amps, operational amplifiers on which it runs, are general purpose and easy to get. And moreover, they're less likely to fail in any case than the computer system. So let us discuss the longevity of electronics in general, so that you might have some idea of why I say what I say. First of all, let us consider the other musical hardware that actually operates using some kind of digital processor. On my right over there is a Yamaha DX27 that is now 37 years old and still functions flawlessly. Why is this true? Well, first of all, you have to understand the difference between general purpose computers and the microprocessor subsystems that are installed in keyboards. Even though all digital and modern keyboards use microprocessor based technology and the memory is similar, the foremost reasons why your hardware does not fail or become obsolete as fast as your general purpose computer is: one, the processor is not nearly as complicated. In fact, the whole hardware arrangement is much simpler than in the general purpose computer. Secondly, the processors that are used are not running at extremely high speed. The processors used in keyboards are extremely slow, running at only a few megahertz as compared to the gigahertz that the computers run on. And the processors themselves are not the complicated kind of architecture that you find in the Intel and AMD processors used in general purpose computers. And this leads to a much longer lifespan, and also the problems that are associated with software are for the most part non-existent, because in the case of the DX27, it is hardware memory that contains the programs that are being run. It is called ROM, read-only memory, and it cannot be altered at all. In modern keyboards like the Roland that I'm constantly showing you, the FA06, which is the most popular keyboard on this channel, all the memory is flash memory, and it can be upgraded. The operating system can be upgraded with a download from the Roland website. However, the flash memory is still not as volatile or as easy to be corrupted as the RAM, which is used in the general purpose computer. So, having looked at the various reasons why your computer is not going to last very long, we now examine, first of all, from a musical perspective, do you really want to have one at all? Now, on this channel and on many other channels, we tend to focus on dedicated musical equipment. I have only a very small number of reviews on software instruments and software programs. Generally, for most of my musical life, I have been interested in lifetime hardware products. But for those persons that are interested in making music with the computer, the general purpose computer, you need to know that you're going to have a harder time to keep up because of the operating system changes as well as the changes in the very software that you are using. You're going to constantly be hit by the possibility of obsolescence, files that are no longer readable because the software is no longer runnable, the company's gone out of business and you've advanced. Even my Acer that's been running since 2010, using programs as far back as the 90s quite happily, sooner or later is going to come to an end. And when it does, those programs will no longer be running. I don't even know if you can install Windows 7 on the modern hardware. But the whole idea is that we have to keep moving. And this keeping moving, this constant desire for change, which is touted as improvement, is a vicious cycle whereby you fix the old bugs, you put in some new ones, and you're forever chasing your tail, trying to learn new software, install updates, and at some point in time, if you are like me, being in the music business since the 70s, you are going to want to say, I've had enough of that, and you're going to go back to the good old-time hardware solution, which gives you no horrors when making your music, and it will last your lifetime, however long that happens to be. It's point taken that you have an expiry date too, okay? Now, let's get back to choosing the computer. What did I buy? Well, folks, I introduce you to the Lenovo M90N-1. A picture will appear now. Notice that this computer is very small. It doesn't look any bigger than a modem. You might mistake it for a router. Because of the technology, it does not require a large case. It is well engineered, contains the latest 8th generation i7, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, and a 512 gigabyte SSD hard drive, the latest in the technology. And it only has a little niggling issue right now, which I'm going to get straightened out with the suppliers, in that the Windows is stuck on an update and it's forever uploading and then undoing the changes, and we can't figure out what's stopping it from updating. Does that sound familiar? Okay guys, and that's a brand new computer just bought 2 weeks ago. What happened to the one that was in the same spot before? Well, that didn't last the warranty period, and it's right now being replaced under warranty. So it just remains to be seen how long that's going to take, because I live on a little island where it's quite isolated in the Caribbean, and another motherboard had to be ordered from the great US of A. So we have to wait and see when we get that back. Maybe we'll make another video to show you what happened with that. But guys, If you want to go with a computer, and who doesn't need a computer these days, because even if you make all your music using the hardware like I do, then you still need a computer to make the videos for your YouTube and to stay in touch with your friends, fans and viewers, and to keep on connected with the rest of the world. So you're going to have a computer even if you don't use it for your music. In my case, the computer also is involved in the education now. Since the lockdown with the COVID, most of the education is happening from home. And we're a proud Zoom user. We're going to tell you about the wonders of Zoom at a later date. But suffice it to say, dear friends, that the computer is central to our success. So we have plenty of them here. If one fails, well, that's tough. And we're going to tell you about the clouds too, because we keep everything on the cloud. It's wise to have several clouds and make sure that you don't put all your stuff into one cloud, okay? We hope they don't rain on you. Good luck with your next computer purchase. So I don't know if you're going to have anything to say, but please put it in the comments below. And you may ask, why did I buy the Lenovo M90N-1? Well guys, I thought it looked cute. It has a wireless keyboard and a wireless mouse, and it doesn't take up much space. And I figured that I'm going to move it into the studio in here once I get back the other one. And then I may be able to actually do live video on the YouTube. You'll notice that I haven't had any live streaming sessions on the YouTube yet. But once I have the flexibility of having my keyboard and mouse anywhere in the room, then I'm going to do some live streaming for my friends, fans and followers. Thanks for watching guys, and I will be back with more educational topics. And for those people waiting on the FA06, you're not going to have long to wait, because I have a new stream of videos coming from you. Love you all. See you in the next video.